All right, let's dive into the Raiders' keys to victory against the New England Patriots, because this matchup is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing openers of the season. When you look at these two teams, it's not just about talent on the field. It's about who can impose their will and control the flow of the game. First and foremost, the Raiders' offensive line absolutely has to win. I cannot stress this enough. Winning in the trenches isn't just a phrase. It's a lifestyle in football. And for the Raiders to have any chance at walking out of Gillette Stadium with a W, Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jordan Meredith, JPJ, and DJ Glaze need to dominate the line of scrimmage from the first snap. It's not just about protecting Geno Smith, who, let's be honest, looks like a different quarterback outdoors than he does inside. Outdoors, he might not rank among the top 16, but when he's indoors with time to throw and the pocket clean, you're looking at an elite top 10 quarterback. That protection allows the downfield passing game to flourish, and it opens up Ashton Gentry in the running game, which is crucial. If the Raiders can establish the run early, the play action becomes deadly, vertical routes become realistic, and Chip Kelly's offense can truly show what it's capable of. Sometimes it's just about being the more physical team. When two teams are evenly matched on paper, it often comes down to toughness, and I think that is going to be a key factor in this contest. Mike Vrabel is a physical coach with a team that reflects his style, and Pete Carroll has always been about setting the tone. So this is going to be a game where grit matters as much as strategy. The team that wants it more, that plays harder in the trenches, could easily tip the scales. Beyond the trenches, adjustments are critical. The Raiders are going to be facing Josh McDaniels, who is capable but not infallible, and Chip Kelly is not shy about tweaking his offense on the fly. The ability to make adjustments in the first, second, third, and fourth quarters will define this game. Patrick Graham, the defensive mind behind the Raiders' schemes, has to be ready to counter McDaniels' creativity because he's going to bring his best version to this matchup. The Raiders' true measure comes when the game is tight and both teams are pushing for momentum. If they can respond to shifts and adapt faster than New England, they position themselves for a win. Now, beyond the obvious, there's one under-the-radar key that could make or break this game: testing Christian Gonzalez. This is a guy who has not practiced since the 5th training camp session in July. That's months without full participation, and for a cornerback of his caliber, that's a huge variable. If I'm coaching the Raiders, I'm trying to push him early. I want to see if he can cover deep, if his hamstring holds up under stress, because if it doesn't, it opens a window for big plays. You might cringe at the idea of pushing a player like that, but in a game this close, being aggressive is better than being conservative. The first few drives are going to be crucial in figuring out his status. You want to test him with different matchups, see if Jacoby Myers, Dante Thornton, or Trey Tucker can find a way to exploit any limitations. It's not just strategy, it's reality. You have to know who you're up against and how your opponent's players respond under pressure. On the defensive side, limiting the deep ball is a must. The Raiders have a defense built to handle the run and to control the first 20 yards of any play, but the secondary has weaknesses. Josh McDaniels' offense is designed to exploit those areas, relying on methodical drives and underneath passes. But if the Raiders can prevent home runs and keep plays in front of them, they force New England to work harder for every yard. Controlling the deep ball doesn't just stop points, it disrupts the timing of an offense built on rhythm. You force McDaniels to rely on shorter gains, and without Tom Brady leading the charge, the Patriots' offense loses a lot of its edge. Raiders fans, think about every big game where the defense bent but didn't break. If you keep that mentality, you stay in the game and give your offense every opportunity to succeed. Speaking of the offense, red zone execution is another critical factor. Last season, the Raiders struggled to convert in the red zone, scoring touchdowns less than half the time they reached the 20-yard line. That cannot happen against a team like New England. You have to turn those opportunities into touchdowns. Field goals won't cut it. Patrick Graham's defense is built on a bend-but-don't-break philosophy, and that can work in your favor if New England enters the red zone. Force field goals when they get inside 20, but the Raiders have to punch it in when they reach that same territory. This is a game that could be decided by a single score, and if you waste red zone chances, you're handing the game away. Clock management will also play a role. Expect both teams to try and grind the clock, meaning opportunities might be limited, and every possession will feel amplified. Now, let's pivot to New England's keys. The Patriots want to set the tone from the first snap, which is nothing new under Vrabel. He's going to come out with an aggressive, physical mentality, and the Raiders must be prepared to respond. Controlling turnovers will be pivotal. Last season, New England struggled with ball security, and while the Raiders forced very few turnovers themselves, winning the turnover battle here could directly decide the outcome. Pressure on Geno Smith is another expected strategy from the Patriots. He excels with a clean pocket, but under pressure, he looks completely different. In fact, when pressured, Geno's completion rate last season dipped significantly and interception spiked. If the Patriots can consistently get north-south movement and force him off his spot, they can disrupt the Raiders' rhythm before it even starts. Conversely, the Raiders' offensive line must hold, because every second of clean pocket time turns Geno into a true elite weapon, capable of exploiting any secondary gaps. New England will also focus on the run game. TEVIN Henderson and Rondre Stevenson will be used to establish balance and keep the Raiders guessing. Containing Henderson in the passing game, while managing Stevenson's physicality, is crucial. The Raiders ranked surprisingly well against the run last season, but a focused ground attack can open play-action opportunities that make Drake May in the passing game far more dangerous. If the Raiders can limit the running game, they force New England to become one-dimensional, which plays right into their defensive strengths. Finally, there's Stefon Diggs. He's the big-ticket off-season acquisition for New England, and the matchup against Eric Stokes will be one of the most fascinating battles. Stokes has to stay disciplined, play zone coverage effectively, and prevent Diggs from heating up early. If Diggs gets comfortable, the Patriots can exploit that momentum in multiple ways. But if the Raiders can keep him contained, they've eliminated a major threat and forced other, less proven weapons to step up. At the end of the day, this game is a chess match. It's a mixture of offensive line dominance, defensive adjustments, red zone execution, and the ability to test the opponent's key players. Every decision, from when to test a hamstring to how to protect Geno Smith or limit Diggs, could swing the game in either direction. There's no room for passive play. Every snap counts, every matchup matters, and every adjustment can either make you a hero or leave you asking questions at the end of 4 quarters. This is why football at this level is so compelling. The smallest details define the difference between victory and defeat, and both the Raiders and Patriots are going to bring every ounce of preparation and talent they have to the field. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Las Vegas Raiders are reportedly making waves in the NFL rumor mill with their latest move to reinforce an already impressive offensive line. Sources suggest that the acquisition of TEVIN Jenkins is being celebrated quietly as a game-changing maneuver, one that could elevate the Raiders' protection schemes to previously unseen levels. The chatter surrounding Jenkins focuses heavily on his ability to serve as a near-impenetrable wall for the quarterback, providing both reliability in pass protection and aggression in run blocking. Insiders have been hinting at the team's strategic intent to create a fortress around their QB, allowing him to operate with maximum efficiency and minimal disruption. There are whispers that the Raiders' coaching staff has been examining Jenkins' tape extensively, noting his combination of size, agility, and football IQ as a perfect match for the demands of a high-powered offense. Some analysts are suggesting that this move, while still under wraps officially, could drastically reduce the sack numbers that have plagued the Raiders in previous seasons. Meanwhile, locker room sources indicate that teammates are buzzing about the potential impact of Jenkins on the morale and confidence of the offensive unit, signaling a shift in energy and focus that might extend beyond the field. Conversations in the league hint that rival teams are quietly concerned, perhaps anticipating a significantly tougher opponent in the trenches this upcoming season. Rumors circulating in sports circles paint TEVIN Jenkins not just as a typical offensive lineman, but as a transformative presence capable of redefining the Raiders' offensive identity. The narrative suggests that his arrival might usher in a new era of dominance, where pressure on the quarterback becomes a rarity rather than a constant threat. Some insiders speculate that the Raiders' front office has been meticulously orchestrating this acquisition, analyzing matchups, defensive schemes, and historical performance metrics to ensure that Jenkins could slot seamlessly into the existing line. Sources claim that the coaching staff has envisioned a mural effect where Jenkins anchors a chain of blockers in a formation designed to maximize both pass protection and rushing lanes. Conversations among league scouts hint that Jenkins' versatility is particularly intriguing, capable of adjusting to multiple positions along the line and countering a variety of defensive looks. Word on the street suggests that fans and commentators alike are starting to anticipate a sharper, more explosive offensive unit, fueled by the security that Jenkins' presence is rumored to provide. Some speculate that the QB's performance metrics could spike significantly, thanks to the added time and reduced pressure. The whispers extend to rival teams, with murmurs of potential adjustments to counteract the rumored invincibility of the Raiders' interior line. Behind closed doors, insiders hint that Jenkins' leadership and work ethic are as highly valued as his on-field abilities, contributing to a culture shift that could resonate throughout the franchise and beyond. Among the hushed tones of NFL discussions, TEVIN Jenkins' rumored impact on the Raiders' offensive dynamics is generating increasing speculation and excitement. Sources close to the team have reportedly observed early practices, noting that Jenkins brings a blend of brute strength and precise technique that seems to frustrate defenders, while simultaneously inspiring confidence among his teammates. Analysts who follow league gossip suggest that this could dramatically reduce quarterback pressures, allowing the signal caller to make more calculated reads and exploit defensive vulnerabilities with newfound patience. Some whisper that Jenkins' proficiency in pass blocking might allow the Raiders to expand their offensive playbook, integrating more complex and high-risk plays that previously carried unacceptable levels of danger due to insufficient protection. Rumors also indicate that Jenkins has already started forming a bond with the offensive line's veterans, creating an internal cohesion that could translate into consistent performance across every game of the season. Speculative sources hint that rival defensive coordinators are beginning to reassess their strategies, preparing for a line that could resist even the league's most formidable pass rushers. Observers note that the potential ripple effect might extend to the Raiders' overall scoring efficiency, reducing turnovers and giving the QB time to find open targets downfield. Gossip in fan forums has started emphasizing Jenkins' rumored ability to shift the energy of a game simply by imposing himself physically and mentally on the line of scrimmage, sparking a wave of anticipation and debate among those who follow league whispers and inside information. The murmurings surrounding Jenkins' addition extend beyond just technical impact, delving into intangible qualities that could shape the Raiders' season trajectory. Sources claim that his presence is already influencing team culture, fostering a sense of resilience and accountability among the offensive unit. Rumors have it that Jenkins is recognized not only for his physical skills, but also for his meticulous preparation, film study habits, and ability to read defensive alignments in real time, providing insights that could sharpen the offensive line as a whole. Analysts following the whispers suggest that this level of preparation is rare and that the Raiders may have secured a player whose impact extends to improving the efficiency of the entire offensive scheme. Behind closed doors, some coaches are reportedly buzzing about Jenkins' communication skills and leadership on the field, predicting that his ability to coordinate blocking assignments could eliminate confusion in high-pressure moments. The gossip mill suggests that opponents are already preparing contingency plans, recognizing the potential for Jenkins to neutralize blitzes and stunt formations with relative ease. Insider chatter even hints at subtle psychological effects, with defensive players allegedly adjusting their approach simply out of concern for Jenkins' reputed dominance in one-on-one matchups. Social media conversations among fans and pundits reflect growing excitement, fueled by speculation that Jenkins' presence could be a turning point, allowing the Raiders to control games in ways previously thought unattainable. Finally, The buzz surrounding TEVIN Jenkins appears to be reaching a fever pitch as speculation intensifies regarding his potential role in shaping the Raiders' fortunes. Rumors suggest that his acquisition could lead to a historic season for the team, with projections of improved offensive efficiency and reduced turnovers forming the basis of widespread debate among commentators and insiders alike. Sources close to the organization hint at careful planning behind the scenes, with coaching staff aligning schemes to exploit Jenkins' rumored strengths, particularly in pass protection and run blocking. The whispers extend to rival front offices, with some allegedly expressing concern over facing a line that might effectively neutralize their premier pass rushers. Conversations within league circles indicate that Jenkins' influence could be catalytic, potentially creating opportunities for skill position players to thrive by providing consistent time and lanes for execution. The rumor mill even touches on Jenkins' off-field contributions, hinting at mentorship of younger linemen and fostering a mindset focused on discipline, preparation, and teamwork. Insider chatter suggests that the combination of his technique, physicality, and football intelligence could redefine the perception of the Raiders' offensive capabilities, allowing them to dominate time of possession and dictate the pace of play. As whispers continue to circulate, speculation intensifies that Jenkins' presence might be the linchpin in an offensive resurgence, promising a season full of intrigue, strategic intrigue, and the kind of dominance that fuels endless debate among analysts, fans, and insiders throughout the NFL landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments.